for these areas, so this way you have somewhere to start. Okay. This next page, budget. So know your budget. This is a priority budget, I call it. I just put this together. You want to put your minimum payments here, not the payment that you consider minimum that you send every month, but the on your statement minimum payment, which may have changed over time, especially for your credit cards as you pay them down. So you want to look at your bills or call the company and find out what your minimum payments are, because it's important to skim everything down during this time. Housing, very important. You want to make sure your shelter's taken care of. So what's your minimum rent payment? Insurances, a homeowners association fee. You want to pay those because they could foreclose on your house if you have a house. So, and any other fees that are tied to housing, very important. Food and basic necessities. I put haircut here because, well, you're gonna need to keep your grooming up, right? If you're applying for jobs and you're going on interviews and work fairs and career fairs and all that. But your basic food budget, really think hard about what you can skim down to. We're gonna go without steaks for a little bit, or maybe you buy your own steaks and make them at home. But maybe we need to get on a ramen noodle budget. Keep it simple as possible. Your basic needs, okay? Uh, and then car payments. You need that, or you may not have a car, but you may have Uber costs, to get around, or um, if you're fortunate enough to be able to walk everywhere, everything's close. I live in a more suburb area. Everything you need to drive to, or ride a bike at least a mile to, a couple miles to. So really figure out your very basic transportation costs. I put this in red because I think it's important. How are other than online opportunities and jobs, what about the stores nearby or the businesses nearby you could work at, but you might need transportation to get there. So, or at least the interview. Then insurance costs. So you want to put in your basic replacement insurance costs here. You may decide that you're not going to have insurance for now because you can't, or it's too expensive or whatever. I mean, that's fine, but I put these as more important because things could happen. Unfortunately, God forbid, but things could happen with health, accidents, and that could really throw you uh, in a different direction if you're not insured, if you don't have the, if you get caught up in that. So basically, I put that as important, but not red because you could go without any of these, at least for that time frame. And then this is kind of an area where you want to make sure you put your minimum payments here, cell phone, loans, car loans, credit cards, if you have any memberships. Look at your credit card statements and your bank statements. Look at your recurring expenses. A lot of times you signed up for something maybe online or some membership and maybe you forgot about it. This is the time to get nitty gritty with what's coming out of your account. And maybe you have a SoundCloud account or you're a musician at a Reverb Nation account, and they're pulling. Are you using it? Is it helping you? Do you need it? Is it part of? Do you need it? So, do you have some kind of website out there that you forgot about that's charging you for hosting? Those kind of things. So really, pay attention to those two. I know I put just one line here, but this could be much longer. So this is all guidelines to help you get your brain going and your memory going. So total monthly minimum payments, and then how much are you taking home? Do you have a side job? Do you have unemployment coming in? Now, if your minimum payments every month or whatever, let's call it $1,300 a month, but unemployment pays you about $1,000 a month, you got a $300 gap. So now you need to look at these again. Make sure the minimum payments are in, and if they're all in, then you need to start seeing where can you cut. Do I really need, can I cut $20 to $50 in my food budget? Okay, my cell phone bill. Do I need a data plan? Do I have to have a data plan? Maybe I can stop my data plan right now and go basic phone. credit card and make sure these are minimum payments. You want to avoid paying your bills late unless you just have no choice. But this is why you want to cut where you can, that won't negatively affect your credit first. So your gym membership gotta go. It's gotta stop for a while. Your cable, your internet. Hey, maybe you need the internet, but you don't need the cable. So find the best deal for internet, and you can do without cable for now. Um, those kind of things. So that's what this is meant to do, uh, is to help you through that process. Okay. And if you need any more help when you're using this, just leave in comments. Let me know. Email me. I'll leave my information below. Um, oh, and budget skills. Okay, so next tab is skills, and on skills, want to make sure here you list skills that you have. These are skills you've already obtained. Cash handling skills, customer service, telemarketing. Maybe you do business to business calling, consulting. uh, You know, and then here are skills you'd like to have, or do better at. You think, you didn't put it here because maybe you've touched on it, but you just didn't feel like you mastered it. So these are skills that you would like to have. And then here are skills I just need. Maybe you're a couple classes away from getting your associate's degree or bachelor's degree, whatever, and you think it's really going to help you in your next job search. So maybe that becomes a need. I need this. I need to get this done. Or maybe it's a skill. Hey, I really need to get better at talking to people or typing, or I really need to get better at my customer service. Well, then all of a sudden you have access to Google and you have access to YouTube. Um, so many things that you can learn on your own. You don't have to wait for nobody to train you. You take control of that part of your life, and you fake it till you make it. You learn it. Nobody needs. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't ever say, I don't know how to do that. If it's something that you can learn on your own time. Okay. Um, so this is to help you prioritize where to focus your time in improving your skills. That means you need to get to it. These are skills you need to focus on while you're looking for a job. In between, just make time, maybe an hour a day, half hour a day, and start building that skill. When those are done and complete, then you start working on these skills. And then this is just to help you kind of evaluate yourself. Business. Should you start a business?